the ghee, so it almost overflowed and it came out of the edge. So but you can see the ghee is like nice golden in color, and is ready to be used for the next step. The key is to keep stirring this in low heat. I'm going to stop the video and keep doing this till the consistency is a little thicker. The idea here is to show you guys that if I can do it, you can do it, and avoid some pitfalls on some ingredients that are different here in the United States and in other countries, and also to show you some cheats that you can do with things like microwaves, which your grandma may not be using. So my wife read the blog and she commented that it would be easier to impress girls by just going to Sri Krishna Sweets and buying a box. So I guess that's always a way to impress her. But when you eat hot Mysore pak fresh off of this, there is no equivalent to that. The one your kids, my brother and me, we would just go grab some of this and taste it. To separate out from the vessel nicely. So if you separate it out of the vessel, it takes a few seconds. For what you want to do at this stage is start pouring in the ghee, and depending on how soft you want the Mysore pak, you control the ghee anywhere from for one cup besan you can go 1 cup liquid ghee or 2 cups liquid ghee. If you go 2 cups liquid ghee, you're going to get a really soft ghee oozing Mysore pak. I don't like it like that. I like it kind of semi hard. So I'm going to pour the ghee. I think you can see that. Four of these little thingies is 1 cup. This is the dangerous part. So you got the ghee in there, and your goal is to mix the ghee. I suggest you get one of these to hold it. And you can see that this is separating from the ghee. It's very difficult to mix the ghee with the mix that we just made. And the ghee gets pretty hot pretty soon, so you got to start stirring it pretty vigorously to get the ghee to mix with it. I also suggest you cut the heat to like bare minimum, because if the ghee splashes, which it will, it gets very difficult. And I suggest now this thing is at a halwa consistency, and it's a good idea to take a small cup and give it to your kids. Mine are sleeping right now. There's no way I'll be able to do this when they are awake. And you can see that it's already solidifying in the bottom. So this is the best. I actually think this can take a little more ghee, so I'm going to add some more. Get you more or less a close Mysore pak. There is a lot of process window for this Mysore pak, so as long as you are within like 20% of the proportions, you will still get a decent Mysore pak. I could do this a lot more effortlessly when I was in my 20s. So should really hats off to all the grannies to do this. Keep adding some more ghee. See how much it can soak up. Moving so easily because the ghee is formed a layer between this and the tawa. So It's 10:45 on the clock now. Let's the whole thing roll over. It floats on the surface. This is a good workout for a recently fractured hand, I guess. This is ready to pour because it's reached a consistency where the ghee is separating out and it's not mixing in anymore. So I'm going to switch the stove off, move the hot pan here, and I'm going to try and leave the ghee in the pan and pour this out. Like I said before, this pan is a little too big for this amount. This is the only pan I got. Okay, that's it. You can see that there is some ghee left in this. I'm going to let it go. This piece is critical. If you want to get nice it's pretty hot, so I recommend you guys be careful at this stage, because it's okay if you don't get the whole pan, but it's necessary to smooth this out and make burpees. So one of the things that I've tried in the past which works very well is to put a bounty towel on the bottom of this. Sometimes it works. If the ghee is too much, then the bounty becomes part of your Mysore pak and you have to eat it. So there is always a risk there. I'll usually tilt this a little bit. The best part is eating this hot. It's a Mysore pak. And the time on the clock, 10:56. So it takes about an hour. Give this as a project for them to clean up the kadai at the end. That's the best part. There will still be some ghee in that thing, but when it is still slightly hard, this almost semi-solid Mysore pak is just divine. This something you cannot get in the box from the store. Hope you enjoy making Mysore pak watching this. This is still too hot for me to slice, but it's almost reached consistency. So I'm going to take this and drain the excess ghee off. Now we're ready to slice this guy, and you can always use this. Hope you're seeing this. I'm sure my grandma would have loved to have a pizza cutter in her hand in those days, but there's going to be a huge cleanup act that follows this. There you go. I wish I could give you this through the blog, but gotta do it yourself.